All right, let's go ahead and get started. Hello, I am Coach Lindsay. Thank you so much for joining me and welcome to today's chair classes with me, of course. Today we're going to be doing a full body resistance band class, but in the chair. So what you will need today is one resistance band. I just have my lightest weight here, which is about equivalent to 10 pounds. You will need to make sure that your band has handles. If your band does not have handles, just make sure that you are able to have a good grip on the edge of the band when doing these workouts. And then the second thing you need is a nice chair. Plastic hard backed is preferable. We are going to be using the chair as kind of a prop for the exercise today. I'll show you what that means in a little bit, but just make sure that it's nice and sturdy, nice and hard, no wheels, of course. And then the third and final thing is shoes. You come to my classes a lot, you know that I don't wear shoes during these workouts. It's just, I'm more comfortable doing them barefoot. But if you're somebody who is that same way, this is the exception. So I require shoes with these resistance band classes because it's a safety reason. So whenever you're using bands, it's nice to have the shoes on, not only for the rubber gripping of your shoes, but also because shoes have that little inlet with your arch. So the band can sit comfortably in that inlet and you have less of a chance of it sliding off of your foot and hitting you in the face. So please make sure you have shoes on, or just make sure you're being extremely careful if you are doing this barefoot. That is about all you need. So let's go ahead and get started here with our warm up. We're gonna sit a little bit forward in our chair, feet are flat on the ground, and we're just gonna do some arm circles to warm up the upper body. So we're gonna be doing full body today. 3 sets of 3 exercises. We're going to be doing the set, or each set, just one time. So it's going to be nice and quick. But each set is going to have a different upper body, a different core, and a different lower body exercise. So you're getting lots of variety today, lots of ideas, not a lot of like repetition, which is really nice, kind of changing it up and hopefully not so boring with doing the same thing over and over again. So yeah, we're going to be working a lot on just form, core engagement, getting used to the band. Bands can take a lot of time to get used to, but they're great resources for introductory strength training. So it's a great thing to start with if you're just getting into strength training or if you're just looking for something that's less impact. So let's go ahead and take those arm circles backwards this time, keeping in mind that you're staying nice and tall, keeping that core engaged, kind of pretending like you have a string on the top of your head, someone's pulling you up, right? We want to make sure we have good posture here, keeping those arm circles nice and big. Shoulders are getting fatigued already. I don't even know what's in store. I think I haven't been as active as I think I should be the last few days. So I'm feeling a little bit tired. I don't know if anyone's in there with me today, but you know what? We're here, we showed up. That is all that matters. Let's go ahead and warm up our lower body this time. So making sure that our core is nice and engaged, sitting nice and tall, hands on the hips, and we're gonna take those knees up. So just light toe taps on the ground here, making sure that when you're doing your high knees, you're not rocking back in your chair. That means you're not engaging your core. So if you find yourself doing that, squeeze that belly button towards that spine, lift those legs up, slight hinge at the waist here. So in between each set, we are gonna have an active rest. The active rest is optional. I will show you what that looks like. If you decide to just chill, give your body a full rest in between sets, that is totally fine. If you wanna keep that heart rate up, I'm gonna encourage you to do the active rest in between each set. So I will get there in just a moment. Let's go ahead and get into some side twist here. So scoot forward on your chair, feet flat on the ground, and we're just gonna take the arms up towards the chest for some core rotations. So again, we're working the upper body, core, and lower body today, so very important to get everything all nice and warm. Deep inhales in through the nose, out through the mouth to keep that breath going. Try not to hold your breath through this workout. It's easy to do when you're strength training. You wanna hold your breath during those hard exercises. Try not to do that. Keep that good breath rhythm going. And we will go ahead and end here in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, mighty family, I'm gonna show you the first set. If you wanna get into your active rest or your active, I guess, start to the set, our active rests are gonna be half jacks. So that looks like this. So we're taking same leg, same foot out. So go ahead and do that. If you just wanna watch, grab some water, that's totally fine too. Just don't join me yet. So first exercise of the first set is bicep curls. So we're gonna stand on that band, make sure the band is in between or in the middle of your foot. The wider you take your feet, the more resistance. The closer, the less resistance. So we're gonna start with our arms down and we're up for 10. So nice and easy here. Second exercise is side bends. So we're gonna take the bands, we're gonna have the same stance. We're gonna take them up towards our shoulders. And then we are just going to kind of teapot side to side, okay? So we're gonna do double count, 1 and 1. And then the third exercise of this set is abduction. So we're gonna cross those bands, get some really good tight resistance here, bring those legs in a little bit, and then we're taking the knees out to work on the outer hips, okay? That is your first set, and then I will show you the next sets as we go on, okay? So go ahead and grab your band, and we're gonna go ahead and begin. So get that band up under your feet. Again, make sure that it is in that scoop or that arch of your shoe. Arms next to your legs or to your side. And let's go ahead and begin here for 10 reps, mighty family. So play around with your resistance. If you find that you're getting too much slack, take those legs wider and you'll get more resistance. I had to do that a little bit. It's okay to play around, kind of see what fits best, what is most comfortable here. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. Keep those elbows glued to your sides. Nice straight back. Excellent job. 4 more here. 3, 2, last one. Excellent job. Finish that exercise out all the way back down. Then we're gonna bring those arms back up. You can kind of have a more neutral grip, meaning that the side of your hand, I guess, is facing out. Your palms are facing in. And we're gonna bring those shoulders out ever so slightly, and we're going to side bend. So key here is come all the way up before you go to the next side. Really using those obliques to pull yourself back up. And again, we're single count here. So we're on 8 left, 2 down. Nice and slow here. We don't want to just come side to side, very, very lazy, and we don't want to just kind of go through the motion of the exercise, right? Really squeeze that core, use those obliques to pull yourself back up, making sure that you're nice and straight so you're not bending forward, you're not arching your back and bending back. Excellent job. Strong core here. You don't have to go down too far. Great job. Who knew that this was also an upper body exercise? My shoulders are burning, even though it's supposed to be your core. Hence the full body of the point of the exercise, I guess. Excellent job. Keep going, 3 more here. Inhale and exhale through the hardest part of the exercise. Excellent job. Last one here. Great job. Go ahead and rest those shoulders. Roll those shoulders back away from the ears. Lots of tension there. This time for that abduction, we're moving right along. So bring those legs a little bit closer in. Cross that band over the top of your legs like so. The more you pull your bands out, the more resistance, the less resistance. So play around with that. Just make sure that you have maybe a good 6 inches in between your feet here. And let's begin. So we're just taking those knees out, kind of rolling back on the outside of your feet on your pinky toe and coming back in. We're here for 10. Go ahead and play around with your resistance, nice and slow. Try to hold this exercise for a few seconds before you come back in. You'll increase that time under tension there in the outer hip, outer glute area is what we like to call it. Excellent job. Don't forget that breath. Don't forget that core engagement. If you start to notice your back is starting to feel a little bit more strained, that means you need to engage your core a little bit more. So draw that belly button towards your spine. Excellent job. 3 more here. 2 and 1. Awesome job, mighty family. Drop that band. You go ahead and get into your active rest. Again, active rest is, whoa, I forgot the leg, the half jacks here. I'm gonna demonstrate the next set. So keep up with your half jacks. I will join you here in just a moment. I promise I'm not trying to get out of those half jacks. So lateral raise is the first exercise of the second set. So we're keeping that band up under our feet still, legs nice and wide. Arms are starting down below and we're raising up just until we get in length with our collarbone, okay? So we're not gonna come up here. We're nice and controlled right here, okay? Lateral raise. Then we're getting into core rotation. So we're gonna pull that band nice and close to our chest, and we're going to try to touch our elbow to the back of our chair. So nice and strong here. We're kind of like a seated Russian twist almost, but without adding the legs in. So elbow to the back of the chair, single count, and then knee extension. So we're gonna take one leg at a time. We're going to play around with the resistance a little bit. I kind of like to spin my wrists a little bit just to add more. Make sure that that band is in the middle of your foot and your toe is pointed slowly. That way, if the band does roll off, it's gonna roll back instead of forward. And then we are just taking that knee in and out, in and out for 10. Okay, mighty family, I'm gonna join you for 10 more seconds of half jacks, and then we're gonna get started. Keep it going. If you need to slow down and rest, grab some water, please do. We're gonna begin in 3, 2, and 1. Grab that band, feet on top of it still, so we don't really have to worry too much about the safety part just yet, but take those legs nice and wide, and we're gonna begin those lateral raises. So again, up, nice and controlled. So the thing with bands is it's really easy to do this, right? That's not doing you any good. You came here to do it the right way, right? So nice and controlled, slowly up and slowly down. Don't let that band pull you down. If it is, then reduce your resistance. Excellent job. Nice and tall here. Squeeze that core. Elbows have a slight bend. We don't want to hyperextend those elbows too much. Excellent job. Inhale as you come down. Exhale as you come up. Fantastic. Almost halfway through the exercise or the workout. You guys are doing awesome. Three more here. 2. Last one. All the way up. Finish it out all the way down nice and slow. Excellent job. Keep those feet on top of the band. You can bring them in just ever so slightly. Handles in, just nice and close to your chest. And then we're gonna get into those core rotations. So again, drawing that elbow, trying to touch it to the back of your chair. If you can't get that far, that's fine. Just get that good rotation in, meet in the middle, and then come back to the other side. Join me here for 10. So single count. So 1 and 1. Excellent job. Pay attention to your back. If you start to feel some strain on your back, you can either limit your rotation and just make it a small pulse, like so, or you want to make sure that you're engaging and drawing that belly button in so that your back is not arched. So 2 very, very important things to keep in mind here with this core rotation. You can also bring your resistance in a little closer if you start to feel some pain in your back. We definitely don't want that. Excellent job. Make sure to finish it out, meet in the middle, pause, and come back to the other side. Excellent job. These side rotations, side twists that I like to do, silent killers. You don't necessarily feel them when you do them, but you will feel them the next day. Keep it going. 3 more on each side, mighty family. 2. Last one here, all the way through. Pause, all the way through. Excellent job, mighty family. Release those bands. Roll those shoulders back away from your ears for a little bit of upper body relaxation. So now we're gonna take that band just under 1 foot. Play around with the resistance. I find this to be too much slack. That's just for me. You might find this just right. If you find it's too much slack, just roll your wrist a few times to add more resistance. Once you feel like you have good resistance, make sure that band is up underneath that shoe, point that toe slightly, and let's begin with that extension. So we're bringing the knee in, and then we're bringing it out. Go nice and slow. Really try to pay attention to that band. If you see it or feel it start to slip, add some slack and adjust it, and then get right back into that exercise. Going fast will also increase the chance of that band slipping off your foot. So nice and slow here. You'll start to feel this in your quad. If you don't, add some resistance. The nice thing about resistance bands is you can just kind of play around with it. You can add more tension to add more resistance, or vice versa. So very versatile, very nice to adjust. Excellent job, mighty family. Keep it going. Squeeze that quad muscle as your leg extends. Come back down. Excellent. 3 more here. 2. And 1. Excellent. All the way down. Release that band first before you lift it up of that shoe. Very important, okay? So switch legs. Make sure that band is up underneath that shoe. Make sure you have a good point in the toe, or just a slight point. And let's begin. So we're in and out. Squeeze that quad muscle. Here for 10. We always do 10s. I think that's just the number I gravitate towards. So if you're ever like, Lindsay, where are we? How many reps? Just do 10. Just, just assume that it's a 10. Sometimes I feel a little fancy and we'll go outside of 10s, but 10s is a good number to kind of stick to. Excellent job. Nice and slow here, Mighty Family. Really make sure you're keeping that good core engagement so you're not leaning back in your chair. Squeeze that quad muscle, nice and tall back. Excellent job. This is a great exercise to do for any knee pain that you're having as well, a great mobilizing exercise. So lots of different benefits to this particular exercise here. Excellent job. Keep it going. 3 more here. 2. Last one here. Excellent job. Slowly release and then lift that band up under that foot. Let's get into those half jacks. You start, I will show you what to expect for the next exercise and then I'll join you. So first exercise of the last set is a chest fly. So this is where you're gonna use your chair. You're gonna have to finagle that band a little bit. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that band and use the back of our chair. So we're gonna wrap that band around our chair, then we're gonna wrap it around us, okay? So making sure that that band is sitting right in the middle of the chair. And then you're gonna either take your wrist straps or just, I kind of find that that's a little bit too much resistance for me. So I just take the end of my band, okay? Kind of roll my wrist so that my hands are making a fist. And then we're gonna do a chest fly. So we're out and in. So this is where you'll wanna pay attention to the resistance. You can roll that wrist a few more times to add more resistance, or you can just take it as it is, whatever you want to do. So we're here for 10. Then we're going to do some high knees. So we're going to take the band and kind of use it as a little bit of a limbo stick almost. So we're going to hold it straight out. We're going to take those knees and we're going to try to tap the knee to the band without moving the band too much, okay? So of course you might not be able to touch super high to that band, but get as close as you can, really engaging the lower part of that core. And then the third and final exercise, we are going to be getting out of the chair just slightly. So we're gonna be doing chair squats. So you're gonna stand on top of your band, bring your band up towards your shoulders, and we're gonna stand up and sit back into our chair. If you do not want to come out of your chair today, you can just go back to any of the other lower body exercises. So you can do the abductions or you can do the knee extension. So you choose for that third and final exercise, but I'm going to join you for about 10 more seconds of half jacks. You're probably like, Lindsay, that's not fair. You only get to do 10. I get to do 30. Well, I'm trying here, you know? We all have balance. All right, Mighty Family, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent job. Grab that band. Let's get into it. So chest flies. Take your time to get into this exercise, okay? We don't have to start right away. Take that band, put it behind your chair, then put the band behind you. Once you've gotten there, play around with the grip, okay? So I find, like I said, that if I hold onto the handles, I have too much resistance. So I'm gonna hold onto the base here, and then I'm gonna bring those fists in. So once you have this position, making sure that that band is kind of sitting lower on that chair, it shouldn't pop up as long as you're keeping good resistance. And we're gonna take those wrists, we're gonna come out and in. Excellent job. So keep those elbows at a slight bend, nice and tall here, and keep the arms below the collarbone, okay? If you come up, then your band is probably gonna slide off your chair, okay? So keep those arms nice and low. Additionally to that, you are not going to be working much of your chest if your arms are over your collarbone. So you're going to be working more of your shoulders. You're going to put some strain on your neck. So making sure you're keeping those arms nice and low, really squeezing as those arms meet in the middle, working out that chest. Excellent job, Mighty Family. Halfway there. 3, 2, and last one. Excellent job. Release that tension first, then grab that band out from behind your chair, and let's get into those high knees, okay? So double up your band here, and we are going to add some resistance here. So hold it just level with your chest. You'll want to scoot a little bit forward in your chair, and let's begin. So we're here for single count, or double count, sorry. So 1 and 1. Try to get that knee as close to that band as possible without moving your upper body too much. Really engage that core. Don't rest on the back of your chair. Excellent job. Nice and slow here, nice and controlled. Keep that breath going. Inhale Exhale, excellent. Three more on each side. And last one on each side here, mighty family. Up and up. Excellent job. Okay, relax those arms, roll those shoulders away from the ears, and let's get ready for those chair squats. So again, the chair squats are optional. If you want to revert back to the abductions or the knee extensions, you go for it. Whatever you want to do here. But if you're joining me with the chair squat, make sure that band is up under your feet. Bring that band up towards your chest. Nice and tall, squeeze that core, and let's begin. So we're up out of that chair and sitting back down. Feel free to use that chair to come all the way back down. Or if you want a bit of a challenge, you just tap your sit bones on the chair, okay? So you decide. We're here for 10. Nice and slow. If having your bands up by your chest is too much resistance, bring them back down towards your quads. That is totally fine as well. So you choose here your resistance. Nice and slow. Really good way to learn squat form too, because whenever you're doing an actual squat, you want to kind of pretend like you're sitting back in a chair. So this is a really good way to kind of intro a squat. Great job, mighty family. 3 more here, we're cruising. 2. Last one here. Excellent job. Release that tension. Step up off of that band and toss it aside. We're done with her. Let's go ahead and cool it down. We're going to start with a couple of goalpost dynamic stretches here. So take those arms out in front, open up that chest, squeeze those shoulder blades together, and then we're going to repeat nice and slow here. Really just kind of demobilizing / mobilizing the upper body here. Excellent job. Bring that heart rate back down, making sure you're taking big, deep nose breaths here. Excellent. Let's switch it up a little bit and come up and back down. Great job, mighty family. Let's do 2 more here, and then we'll get into some knee hugs, one of my favorite chair lower body stretches. So go ahead and grip, scoot a little bit forward probably, and grip your knee and pull it towards your chest. You'll feel that nice stretch in the hamstring and the glute. You can lean back in your chair this time. That'll allow it if you want to kind of relax and get a deeper stretch here. And go ahead and release, switching sides. Excellent job, mighty family. One last stretch here in the lower body. We're going to take our figure 4 stretch. So we're going to take our left leg, put it on top of our right leg, and we're going to push down on top of the knee here, really engaging or stretching out that outer hip, a little bit of the inner thigh as well. Nice and tall here. Excellent job. If you need a little bit of a deeper stretch, like I kind of feel like I do today after not being so active the last few weeks, go ahead and get into the app and go to stretch and recovery, and you'll see some lower body, upper body, full body stretch specific exercises to do to pair this with. So a great option if you're feeling like you need a little bit of extra stretch. Go ahead and switch sides here. Nice and tall. Excellent job, mighty family. Okay, that's it. That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me for today's seated resistance band full body exercise, and I will see you guys next time. Have a great day.